And I'm thinking, where I stay, I don't need to speak the language. Why can't you speak mine? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Keneiloe Myoli, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. I hope that you will like it here and consider subscribing on the red button down below to become part of this family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate you. So in today's video, I thought I'd talk about being a Xhosa Makoti that is from a Sotho family. So basically, yeah, it was a video request from one of my subscribers, and here we are. So I am Sotho and Tswana. Okay, let me start afresh. So I was raised Sotho and Tswana, a bit of both, because my name is actually spelled in a Sotho way, and my great grandfather was originally from Lesotho. But I was raised in Bloem where we speak Tswana and my grandmother was Tswana, so it is a mixture of the two. But my dad was a mixture of colored and Xhosa. So my dad's dad is Xhosa, but my dad's mom is colored. So I guess you could say I'm Xhosa, but I wasn't raised by my dad's family, and he was not married to my mom. I was using my mom's family surname, so I don't know, guys, like like confusion. But yeah, I am a mixture of whatever. But because I was raised Tswana, I'm gonna say I'm Tswana, right? I'm Tswana. So my husband is Xhosa, his parents are Xhosa. There's no mixture of way, yeah. He's Xhosa. Basically, that's it. There's none of that. He's Xhosa. Everyone is Xhosa there by then. So yeah, so when I got married to my husband, I don't know, I was a bit exposed to Xhosa people, but not too much. But his aunt, they stayed 2 houses from ours, Xhosa, and my family on my dad's side, some of them, they do speak Xhosa, but because they stayed in Bloem, they speak Tswana. So what I noticed growing up is that people who are Xhosa in their home, they speak Xhosa. Like at my husband's family's house, they speak Xhosa, but once other people, like neighbors or us, we go to them, we all speak Tswana, so they can definitely understand it. Obviously, when I got when my husband now wanted to marry me, it was a bit weird, I'm guessing, for his family, because they are not used to having like Tswana, and they usually get married to like Xhosa, especially from the men's side, because you bring in the woman into the family. So I think it was a bit for him, but I don't want to speak on my in-laws' behalf. Yeah, I don't want to speak on their behalf. I just want to talk about my experience as a Xhosa bride. I noticed now that a lot of YouTubers that are having these Xhosa negotiations on YouTube and accepting the Xhosa Makoti, that they have Tsiki, something like Tsiki. I didn't have that. I didn't even know it existed until YouTube happened, and I started watching these YouTubers that get married into Xhosa families. So I don't have that, and I think that's because my husband's family is Xhosa. They're deep rooted in the Xhosa ways or Xhosa tradition, but they are also Christians, so they don't do a lot of the I'm not sure if it's ancestral stuff, or should I say cultural stuff. So I didn't have that. And I remember I was watching one of those I think I was watching, what's her name, Babalwa. Babalwa, I forgot, guys, but Babalwa, who's married to Zola. I forgot their surname, but Babalwa and Zola's wedding, I was watching them, and I think I watched this other YouTube couple. I watched the videos with my mother-in-law, and they were having that Tsiki, and my mother-in-law, I think I asked her and she said no, she also didn't have it. So yeah, it's just something that they don't do, so that's fine. So I definitely didn't have that. When we got married, they dressed me in, I'll add a picture. I'll add a picture. So it's that you either wear a blue or a brown skirt, right? And then you have that scarf around your waist. And I had the blankie Charlie, and also I was wearing the black silky dog. So that's how they dressed me up for my traditional wedding. I thought I'd wear, like, you know, the black and white, they're very beautiful. They didn't do that, so I had to buy the clothes myself. And on the day of the traditional wedding, they just dress me up. They have to help you dress up also. I didn't know how it works. I just had, you know, the clothes, so they helped me dress up. And then balo laela there as part of the traditional wedding thing. And also after bao laela, I I didn't enjoy my wedding at all, guys. Like, my traditional wedding. And I think that's why I was so grateful that we had our white wedding, where I could have fun and celebrate and dance with my friends. Because at my traditional wedding, it was just those festivities, and I had to be straight up Makoti. So after you get dressed and baulaela, or they tell you like what happens in marriage, how you're supposed to behave, etc., you go straight into Makoti duties. So after that, I was in the kitchen, I was making tea. Everyone was like, oh, can you please have tea, guys? But luckily, my traditional wedding was in June. Let me know if you want a detailed video of my wedding day, my white and traditional wedding day. I think I have clips of my my wedding days, but maybe just a mini story time. So after that, I was like washing dishes, I was doing this. So I basically didn't sit down. I went straight into Makoti duties. So there was no waiting for me, or for me to just relax more and dance and, you know, chat. And being Xhosa Makoti for me was just about work. So soon after that, my sister-in-law told me I could take off my jali and be left with the clothes. So when you wear the clothes, I was told they must cover the elbow. So whatever you wear, it has to be longer than the elbow. So luckily I was wearing like a long sleeve top. So I was just left with the skirt, the doek, the skirt, the scarf, the doek, but the jali was off, and that long thing. So also the skirt obviously needs to cover the knees. And then I think on the third day or so, I was told that I can wear the stuff again. So with my in-laws, what they did mention is that the black doek, I would have to wear it, the black doek and the jali, or the black doek, I would have to wear it if someone very close to my husband's family passes away. But other than that, for family events, family functions, family ceremonies, I would obviously have to wear the skirt, or any skirt rather. It doesn't have to be that particular, the blue or the brown. The scarf, and obviously you would need to wear a doek. So those are the things that I definitely have to wear if there's something family related happening at his family house. But if I'm at my parents-in-law's house, I have to be in a skirt only, like a skirt. And yeah, I remember my mother-in-law once asked my father-in-law if I need to be in a doek and a thing that covers my elbows. My father-in-law was just like, doesn't care about those things. So I am currently only wearing a skirt when I'm at the actual house. But if there's other relatives, and I always make sure that I go with the doek and the scarf in case I need to put them on when we go to my father-in-law's actual home, which is in the rural areas or in the village. That's when I would put those things on, because the people there are a bit more strict in terms of clothing, etc. Also, my mother-in-law is a bit older, so she doesn't believe that women should be wearing skirts, pants at all. She doesn't understand it. I don't think she owns any pants, not that I know of. So she did say, like, in general, like, her belief is women shouldn't be wearing pants. So that's what I do when I'm at my in-laws. I always make sure that I'm in a skirt or a dress that covers the knees. They're not too concerned about the elbows sticking out. Even the doek, I don't need it. My father-in-law did pass away, and no one mentioned me having to put on the doek. I think I did ask, and they were like, no, don't worry about it. But I did take it with me just in case. So fortunately for me, my in-laws are not too strict, but when there's family events, I definitely have to do things the way that a Xhosa bride generally does it. So there's also that thing of, if there's a funeral, you expect it to be at home with the other wives. Obviously now you need that cloth, right? That scarf. So I think I see that's how they identify you now, like, guys, and they make you work. They make you work. They make you work, and people just like, oh, Makoti, oh, let's ask her for something. So you work. I always find like something that I like, which is a tip that I got from, I think, another Makoti that was part of the family when I joined. She told me, like, what do you like doing? If you like doing something, just stick to it. Just do that the whole day. And I like dishes. I like washing dishes, guys. I can wash dishes the whole day. I can stand there by the sink the whole day. That's what I do. So I do a particular thing, and yeah, if I want to peel on a particular day, which hardly happens, I'll be peeling there the whole day. And also, how did I forget this one? The biggest issue, I can't speak Xhosa. It's been 8 years and I still can't speak the language. So that is a very big challenge for me. It's a very big challenge for me. And yeah, it's an issue that when I go to the Eastern Cape, I speak English or my language, but there's no use for me to speak my language because people in Eastern Cape, they can't hear my language at all. Like, you know, like in other parts of the country, like for example in Bloem, you won't be able to speak Xhosa, but you can hear, like, you can hear a bit of Xhosa, right? In Eastern Cape, they can't hear much. If you grew up in the Eastern Cape and you did everything in the Eastern Cape, chances are you don't know like other languages. And like when you were from the Eastern Cape and you came to stay in Gauteng, or you went to stay in Free State and work in Free State, then at least you get a, like my husband can't speak Tswana or Sotho, but he can hear, like he can pick up a few words. But I know like some of his family members or some of the people, like neighbors and stuff, they can't hear a single thing. So you can't say I'll speak my language, you'll speak your language, because I can definitely hear Xhosa, just can't respond in Xhosa, or unless if they're speaking very quick or there's deep words. But generally I understand the language, I just can't speak it. So I know it's a big issue, and my mother-in-law always has to explain, like, okay, she doesn't have to, but she does it anyway. She was like, Makoti, she can't speak Xhosa, she speaks English. And the neighbors and other people are like, oh, we are kumsha. But fortunately for me, my in-laws, including my parents-in-law, they knew how to speak English. So to communicate with the actual like family inside the house and the siblings, and it's never been a problem. I think it's just a problem when there's other people around, and some people years later will be like, you've been a bride in this family for 8 years and you still can't speak the language. And I'm thinking, where I stay, I don't need to speak the language. Why can't you speak mine? I'm kidding, guys, but like I can't. I think maybe if I stayed in the Eastern Cape, I would be able to speak it. But my son, we were a bit worried about having kids and us not being able to speak each other's language. But my son can speak both actually, because I nak Sotho and my husband speaks Xhosa with him, so he sorted. And you know how quickly kids catch on, so I don't know why we were worried about him, because he's fine, you know, he's fine. He can speak English, he can speak Xhosa and Tswana, so he's okay. It's just the parents, like I think when you're older it's just difficult. But now also, like languages, guys, like I'm so comfortable with speaking my language, and English being a language that most of us can speak. But I don't know if I'll ever learn. I don't know what you think. Do let me know what you think. But yeah, so basically I think the video was inspired by someone seeing me at my in-laws house, and I wondered like, where's the book, where's the scarf? And yeah, so that's what happens. My in-laws are not too strict, they understand. But obviously family occasions, when the neighbor comes, you know, you have to act like a wife. You do wife duties. When there's a funeral, you don't go to the graveyard, you have to stay and work with the other wives, and that's how they do things. And yeah, that's it. I think other things are more related to my husband's family, not necessarily Xhosa people as a whole. Like I don't know if I'm wrong or right, but if you're married to a Xhosa family, like are they big on like serving people with trays? Like nago high, like I can just give my grandmother plate in jail, like yes, food. But with my in-laws, I know like that side, I don't know if it's their family thing or it's generally that's how they do it. But with us, like a tray is not a big deal. Like I was even shocked, like I think at home we own 1 or 2 trays, and we never serve anyone with it. You'll just be there holding 2-3 plates, serving people, and it's not a big deal. I don't know if it's Xhosa thing or it's just how my husband's family does things. But yeah, but I've been very fortunate, guys. Like with my in-laws, I think because I got married young as well, they understood like, oh, she doesn't know how to do certain things, she's young, or she's from a different culture. So they've been very understanding, and they've been very lenient with me in terms of Makoti duties. Like if I can't do a certain thing, I just say I can't. Obviously I want to learn, so if it's something that they're willing to teach me, gladly. I remember like at the funeral, my sister-in-law gave me a job to make carrot sticks. Guys, I didn't know how to make carrot sticks. I'm like, okay, can you please show me? So she showed me, and I tried to, but I think the problem was that I was too slow. So my sister-in-law was like, no, let me take over, when you can do something else, you know. And like she's saying, unlike her saying, oh, wanyana, oh, what let's say, no, but just saying, look at the carrot sticks. Oh, you're not a typical wife, whatever. They understand. So in that regard, I've been fortunate when it comes to being a Xhosa Makoti. Do let me know what you think. Are you married to a different tribe? How are things? Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure that your notification button is on, so that you are notified every time I upload a video. And do share this video with your friends and family. And until the next one, bye.